No, I saved what I did was I saved your file.
Okay, good.
Yep. So double check to see if you're online. That's the last thing I needed. Because this was an experimental
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, but see, man, you see how every time that happens, when this team, niggas always try to play you against me. What the fuck? Well, that's the bullshit right here. That's just like a motherfucker never see us doing this shit, man.
Why does she?
Yeah, I'm on.
Well, you're on? Okay, here you go, Vince.
Come on in, Mark, because I don't think she calling in, man.
All right,
We can't.
I thought you
Alright,
had
guys,
to
we're
get
live.
that.
Yeah, she must be sleepy. I don't know.
Just gotta run into the studio, guys.
Okay.
Think as long as you want.
All right. I ain't gonna take too long. I gotta get up for work in the morning.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, you good. You good. Am I on? I don't know. I don't know if I got audio. I don't think I do. Hey, Rube, can you turn my mic up? I don't think I'm, because at least I'm not in the headphones. Did he leave already?
No, he right there.
1, 2, 2, 2. Nope. I don't have no.
Yo.
You on, but I don't hear.
You don't hear yourself?
At
It's
all.
probably you like Rube, turn up his headphones, I think, cause I can hear.
Okay. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 2, 2, 2. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. What's going on, everybody? We are on Freedom Truth Radio Show here with your one and only host, Vincent E. Scott. We had a play here in the studio that was in Studio B, and it spilled over into broadcast time. It's all good, so things happen. I did have a guest that was going to call in, but I think it's past her bedtime, so we'll try to get her on the next time. Her name is Meek the Billionaire. She's got a credit cleaning system that is just absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to get on it, and I wanted to bring her on to share the information with the family because this is not like Lexington Law or FES or any of the other ones like Credit Camp, whatever. And all of them say, okay, we'll send letters, get old stuff off the credit. This is called Reliance, and she is a beast. It's kind of costly, the process, but she has ways of getting money back for things that have been reported wrong on your credit. So it's some really, really good information that you guys want to get a hold of. I'm going to try to have her back at least by next month on the show, because I gotta share this information with y'all, because I know everybody going into 2020 is probably trying to focus on cleaning up their credit, getting debts paid off, and that's extremely important. So with that being said, we unfortunately can't do that show tonight. So here with my man Monk. So we're just going to have an impromptu conversation on relationships. And like I said before, we went live, while we were waiting to get back in the studio. And we're talking about how normally, you don't hear too many guys talk about relationships, but we do. We just don't really talk about it a lot with women. Cause,
the type of guys.
Yeah.
The type of guy, because you got some, type of dudes the way they might, depending on the lifestyle you live in. Like if you're a street cat,
right?
or a cat that's out there wilding out, it ain't a good thing to talk about your family life. So this
No, you kind
have
of keep that.
But then when you have a, because that's
Undercover.
what's being promoted now, and you got a lot of
course.
people like that. But then you got more leisurely men that do talk about that, and they have whole forums for that.
Of
You know
course,
what I mean?
and you know the thing is now, I think what a lot of people don't know is that most guys are looking for some type of stability in a relationship. Yeah, I think the tides have turned. You know, you can go back like 20 years ago, back in the late 80s, early 90s, it was mostly the guys like, I don't want to settle down. You know, I just want to, you know, play the field, whatever. And women was like, I don't want a relationship. Now I can settle down in. I want stability. I want to just be one man. But now, you know, women are like, listen, I ain't got time. I ain't got time to be tied down to one guy, and besides that, I don't want guys that's all thirsty and all that kind of stuff, and they don't want to be having to check in, and they don't want to answer the stuff. Women, they want to exercise their freedom nowadays. So the tides have definitely turned. You have more guys that just want to be settled. Want to have the one girl they come home to, have a meal, whatever. And, it's a different day. And, I think what it is, Monk, I think guys are tired of the drama. Because if you have just one woman that you have a little drama with, it's a little bit more tolerable than dealing with several women that are just completely chaotic.
Man, I'm gonna break it down to you like this, man. Listen, there's like I said, there's different types, and that different strokes for different folks comes into play.
Straight up, yeah.
Because it's all customizable to one's experience.
Right.
And what one may like may not be good for the other. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I've seen a lot of questionable relationships that worked over the years, or even the violent ones. Do you know that some people like that? Some people like that on both skulls, for the male and female scope. It's like some people like that. There's people who don't want to deal with it at all. But in another instance, you got people that might be. It's not restricted to just the hood or the suburbs. It's you can have money. Just this person like argumentative or for different reasons, and the other whether it feeds into it, and they had this thing with each other. I mean, what if they take it, for instance, two MMA fighters, and they go together. So imagine what their relationship is like. What they practice. You think they just gonna be soft with each other?
They go spar with each other.
They gonna spar with each other. They spar.
Right.
So she take a couple shots. You know what I mean? She giving him something.
Straight
you know
up.
what I mean? Getting a shot. So and that happens in a lot of different relationships too. People in the home getting a woman sharp, the woman getting a man sharp.
Yeah.
And he could be big, but that don't mean because she little. See, we from Trenton.
Right.
And one thing I never take away from the women of Trenton, you got, when we beefing or we cool, whatever, you always got to take in the fact that woman might knock you out.
They might. They might just punch you in the face like a dude.
Have a dude, because if they know how to hit you in the chin, all it takes is 5 pounds of pressure, bro.
That's it.
So when you got a woman who's been roughed up by her brothers or whatever, she get tough.
They kind of know. They know how to throw the hands.
What they call them, a stud or something like that.
Right.
She might be pretty, got her managed ways, but she can fight.
Right.
And because I know a couple like that.
Oh, I know a few too.
Lightning fast too. Like boop, 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 boop. I don't even want to say their name. I should.
No, don't do it.
It's on a big up type point, because I remember stuff like we on relationships, because this ties into that. Because there's all different types when you're dealing with people's attitude and what they like. Just like I said with that. Now you might have a gay dude. We're gonna cover all the spectrum. I have a gay dude, and vice versa with the he might be, but he still knock you out.
Right. You can't these days. You can't judge that.
See, because now this is a forced thing now to talk about. You imagine all the parents that are having their kids in school, and they're having that big debate about them showing the porn in the schools and stuff. That's going on. That's a big thing.
It is a big thing.
Because you could say, I don't like pedophiles.
Right.
But they're pushing for a pedophile act.
And they're
from your
trying to
kid
push for
without
it to
your
be.
consent.
They're trying to push for it to be a sexual orientation.
Exactly.
Right.
So that changes the dynamic of relationships now. Because
Absolutely.
now relationships ain't what they used to be, because we are dealing with gender. We're not just solely dealing with the male-female relationship anymore.
Now, well, just like we were talking a couple of weeks ago about how people have the right to self-identify as far as race. Now, they're giving people the right to self-identify as far as gender.
Yeah, it's getting
So
crazy. You got people self-identified as a 5-year-old.
I'm still a toddler.
50, 60 years old.
Why you got that pacifier in your mouth, man? Come on now. I'm not 65. I'm 5. I am not the body that I live in.
Hey, man.
People are crazy, man. But it's this. We live in a different time where now stuff can't be ignored. And this is the Freedom Truth Radio Show. We address the elephant in the room, and we uncover all the hidden rocks and everything that's in the corner.
What's a hardcore thing
You know what I'm saying?
you want to touch on that most shows, think about all the shows in the world right now,
right,
to talk about something, because this would mean Freedom Truth Radio. So
Absolutely.
I want you to exercise your freedom of speech.
I am. I'm going to talk about it all.
Yeah.
And see, the thing about it, I got to talk about this part, though, with the relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that let's see, how can I put this? I'm trying to put this where I cover all the bases. Why is it that when a woman is being abused, or she's been in an abusive relationship, and that's she's kind of used to that, but she wants out. She can't stand it. Can't stand. Tired of being a punching bag. Then, as soon as a guy comes along that treats her with respect, she thinks he's a punk, or she thinks that he don't have enough heart, or even more so, she'll get in his face and kind of challenge him, he's like, come on now, stop with all that, you just a punk.
That lets you know it go both ways, the bully thing, and some women know how to work the law or whatever against you, because if you hit her, she gonna call the cops, or she got her brothers, uncles.
Yeah,
or
but
something
now
like that
check this out. I seen on the other,
all of that stuff. See, we dealing with mind states now.
Oh, of course.
We
Straight up.
with, I would attribute that situation to, because that I can relate to that. Because in my own family, I've seen that.
You've seen it.
I've seen that for years. I mean, I got a family member went through 30 years of that.
30 years?
30 years of that, and only way they got out is the guy died.
Okay, I understand.
So we dealing with different time frame too, but it carries on. I think
it does.
Which it comes up in the household too, man. If you see, because I didn't want to do that. With my situation, for me fighting and cussing with my baby mom people in front of, I couldn't do none of that.
Right.
Because I've seen it in my own joints. I'm not going to do that with her.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because that's, what I mean. That can be traumatizing when you see family members going to war with each other.
I'm sure.
And it force people to take sides. So coming up in that nowadays, it's crazy, man, because some people love that, and it depends on your upbringing. And I don't want to relegate it to just whether you're in the hood or you're in the suburbs.
No, because sometimes it's in the suburbs. It's anywhere.
Yeah,
it's anywhere.
A lot of those houses are passed down.
That's true.
You know what I mean? It ain't like when we go see these nice houses, they just moved these no, they've been there for a while, they passed down a generation.
Right.
So certain people might have issues with foreclosure, taxes, or just, so you go in the crib, because I learned this down south. A lot of people in their houses, because you need the car, you ain't got no car, you in the crib, or you ran away, but the house becomes everything.
Of course.
It's your store, you got a shop, your workout
everything,
thing, So everybody's house, was considered the hood, it was looking nice with no trash out there, nothing.
That's true.
So people that come up in those type of neighborhoods that wilding out in these type of relationships, that becomes a mental thing.
It has to
it's
be.
a mental
It
thing.
has to be. Well, even to the point now where you got some women that are
Some people like
self-inflicting.
pain. They like pain.
Yeah, they're
Even like when you
self-inflicting
get a bunch
wounds
of
on
tattoos
themselves.
and stuff.
Right.
That's a that's a
And
thing
then
about-
turn around and blame the guy that they're with on the authorities. Like
Yeah, well.
that's some
yeah,
crazy stuff right
yeah,
there. It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah,
there's a lot of
you
that,
gotta be
man.
pretty mental. Sit there and like remember the movie Thin Line Between Love and Hate.
Mm-hmm.
She slammed her arm in the door. She
Mhm.
took a orange and put it in a
Listen,
sock and hit
I'm
her
gonna
in
tell
the
you,
face.
I used to date somebody like this. I hope she ain't watching. No, I used to date somebody like, yo.
Right.
One time, I'm gonna say that because I ain't saying nobody's name.
Right.
Yo, she caught her baby dad cheating on her. This is a story she told me. Baby cheating. No, that wasn't cheating. He was doing something with her daughter or something like that. You know what she did? She had this brand new car and drove up to another city. They from Trenton, but they drove to another city, and it was supposed to be a nice day out on some dinner. So she found an alleyway somewhere and floored it, put a seatbelt on, floored it, and watched this dude go out the windshield. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we talking about some of our female women. I ain't just gonna really just say black women. Women, period. They get dead when it come to the murder game.
Oh yeah.
Bro, when it
It's
comes
like
to killing you and harming you
Bro,
and stuff.
honestly-
You got to be ready for that type of stuff.
not
Like,
only that, but this you talk about premeditated stuff. It's like how long was you sitting there thinking about how you could do this?
man,
You know what I'm saying?
you talking about a demonic mind state.
Straight up.
I'm not going to be this. You just a demon. But in some cases, some people
No,
don't
it's-
mind being that.
No. Some
They're
of them
praising
do.
that and they're acting it out. This demonic spirit thing that they got going on, and it's too much of it now.
Yeah.
Because you're acting like it's cool and that's the way to be, and people were supposed to accept you with the wild out.
Yeah.
But I got to worry about when you're gonna try to kill me, or you're gonna poison my food, or you got somebody
crazy.
conspiring over here. Trying to set somebody up to do something to you and line you up. You know what I mean? People
Yeah.
don't. People don't want to live like that. Grown
No.
folks don't want to live
Well,
like that.
I'm gonna take it a step further. You got some women, and you know what? No, I'm gonna play both sides of the card. You got some women and some men that thrive off of control. Like they're so deep with it. Like they want to control the type of food you eat. They want to control the choices you make about when you go out, when
I think that come with the type of woman, man. Because some of them things.
No,
could be
some men
good.
is like that too,
Yeah,
man. They
yeah.
want to control the women that they're
I
with.
think people got to learn what they're getting into, because
But it's
you could-
warning signs early on in a relationship.
some people
man.
ignore it. They ignoring the warning signs because of usually the money, or look, or it could be a body
Yeah.
part. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
She felt vic to the imprint.
Right.
Or he felt vic to the booty and the yams.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It'd be like that, or could have been at a club. Like I've lived that life before. You know, going to the club, meeting random people. You know what I'm saying?
They got one face at the club.
Look,
and
I remember this time we did a show
Uh-huh.
in Nancock, Virginia, and on the way back, one of my mans, man, we ain't know these girls. And they was bad. They was bad, but we ain't know them more than 10 minutes. My man had her back and they knocking her down. For real.
That's
On
crazy.
Some, like, I don't know, what do you say to somebody in 10 minutes? You know what I'm saying? He got the record. My man still hold the record. I mean, this is later on. They
Right.
got married kids. This is years
Yeah,
ago.
of course.
But that experience of spontaneous,
yeah.
the spontaneous meetings, and see, relationships and children are born out of this.
Straight up.
Orgies, threesomes.
Yeah.
Let's
all
talk
of
about it.
that
Let's get
stuff.
taboo with this.
Yeah.
Now,
No,
people don't
for
want to
real.
talk about it.
They
don't
want to
wanna
talk
play
about
with
it because and I don't know if you saw it was there was a show on there was an episode on this show called oh my god, what's the show that come on Stars or Showtime with the basketball player?
Do it got the Rock in it?
No, not the Ballers.
Okay, yeah, let's think about balling.
This is what he's a basketball player and he got like the $1 million house. His mom helps him with, and his cousin is like his business manager. And oh my gosh, what is the name of this show? The character's name is Cam Calloway.
Oh yeah.
Man, I gotta look this up. It's gonna bother me now because I can't think of the show.
But what
But
would you
anyway,
pertaining to?
there was a real life episode in there that was, and I say real life because this stuff has happened. His sister was the only one in the family that didn't know who her father was, and her mom never told her. And the reason why her mom never told her is because she couldn't remember. And it wasn't so much that the mom was being a hoe, whatever, but the mom was in a situation where she got raped and 3 guys ran a train on her.
Oh.
So that's why she was like, I can't tell you who your father is because I don't know which one it is.
Oh.
So she had to get like a uncle or something involved to come talk to her and say, do you know what happened to my mom, such and such and such? And he said, yeah, well, he said, I know the 3 guys that did that to her, and I could take you to so you can see who they are.
It is certain cats that where they don't want to take no for an answer. They trying to take it.
Yeah.
I've seen that, man. I had to pull. I remember having times where, anybody that know me from the
Survivor's Remorse. That's the name of the show.
From the Britton Avenue era, we used to have a lot of ladies because it's about that house.
Yeah, straight up.
House. And little parties where cats started getting a little too wild, and I had to restrain cats. Be like, bro, you can't do that, man. You can't be doing that, man. You can't do that to her. But she don't want you because she might want to see. The thing is, she might have done. I'm trying not to be vulgar. I just want to be real.
Of course.
She might have just slept with another girl and a couple dudes in the same house that same night, but he get mad because she don't want to get him none.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It be like that. Like, a lot of stuff gets started over these feelings and rejection.
Yeah.
You feel like, oh, shit, that's what, you a whole bitch, you ain't shit anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But to the other dude, she just did everything, so he ain't gonna let nothing happen to her like that. Some of these dudes end up trying to marry them girls like that, and you see a lot of that.
That's true.
You see that from somebody you might know from the heist, and then you know what I mean. Years later, it was wild. Now years later, some cat done married them, and you don't even know.
Yeah.
She was wild out, bro. Wild out. You don't even know. She was the
thing
freak of the week. Buzz at night.
She was wild out then.
Yeah.
She became something different when she became a wife.
Man, some people change, but
some
a
of them
lot
do.
of the times, some of them still do the same stuff, just more sneakier.
Right.
More particular about how they doing their thing, and they know the man don't got a clue. He wouldn't even think. Because nowadays, when we got these, it's people are living out their porno life, man.
Oh, straight up.
I mean, look.
No, you remember, like last year, sometime it was that site that had people having affairs. It was called is AshleyMadison.com.
I heard about
and
that.
And the motto to that site is life is short, have an affair. So, but that's what it is.
Bruh, I checked that out before. That's one of the ones you got to pay for.
Yeah.
But you see a lot of people be on there. There's certain pictures that I seen, and I knew the person.
Some people. But here's the thing.
And I'm like, oh, she on there. Oh, she wilding out.
Yeah, she wilding out. But
some will be married.
Somebody hacked into the site and got like the names from the credit card numbers and started posting stuff on social media. Yes, they did. Yo, they started pulling the covers off of that. Man. So people that was doing this and having affairs and everything, they was getting the spots blown up.
Wow.
And so, matter of fact, it was on the news. They was like, this alleged hacker went into AshleyMadison.com and exposed all the people that were having affairs. And they said marriages are being broken up.
Hey, I'm going to tell you like this, yo. Whatever y'all do in front of the camera, don't be ashamed of it, yo. Whether you in private, too. Because on these phones, every time you download an app or something, you giving them permission to your video and record and all that. And what that means is you might think it's just for the app for you can use it, in which it is.
Bro.
But on the other end, they can access your stuff when they watching you at any time. So don't feel like ashamed about nothing. The world's a stage,
Well, listen. If you're going to have privacy, turn your electronics off.
Yep.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, once anything is on the cloud, it's accessible by anybody and anything. Any system, they can get you. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying?
like, we doing this show. We streaming
Yeah.
live right now.
Right.
I done about 508 shows. You up to almost like 100 or something, right? You getting
Yeah,
there.
2 years. I'm getting there.
Yeah, you
I'm getting up
there.
close to 100.
See,
Yeah.
we've been out in the cloud for a minute.
For a minute,
now.
yeah.
And look
It's-
at what we
it's
talking
spreading.
about. It ain't like we hiding. You know what I'm saying? And I be trying to, when I
Right.
listen to other podcasts, because I watch other people before we even started this. I was watching,
Yeah.
and one of the people I was watching was Tommy Sotomayor.
Okay.
And
Oh, yeah. I used to watch him too.
Because I agree with him on certain things.
Certain things.
But I think he just went too.
Yeah, he kind of went far to
'cause
the left, man.
I think that, like, because he's in Atlanta too. So
Yeah.
I went to experience Atlanta. I see what it's like. I see what he's talking about.
Atlanta's wild.
It's
man.
wild out, and
Straight
it's not
up.
like that where we at.
Nah,
No, it's not like- and not at all.
Listen, this is rated G compared to Atlanta.
It's freaknik, bro.
Yeah, Atlanta's wild out, man.
It's wild
crazy
out,
down
bro.
there.
It's going down. Things that you can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Like the parties, like that's what
Bro.
that party central, and you got
Yeah.
gangsters from every part of the world making
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta. A lot of people that was born in Atlanta don't even live there no more. It's made up of everybody else now.
Yeah.
You know what
Well,
I'm
I
saying?
know a lot of cats that's from Trenton that moved down there.
Yeah, I got some shout out to Nate the Great. You know what I'm saying?
the
We
Great.
got some people. We got peoples out there, man.
Damani Green
Shout out
down
to,
there. Yeah.
Shadi, they've been out there for years.
They've been out there for a minute,
And-
over 20 years.
Yeah, and see, I learned that going at the things is different, laws is different. Me and Nate the Great got caught in a Klan rally.
What?
On the way home, we just did a party, and they was rallying because they had pulled guns on 5-year-old kids. And those people, the Klan members that did it, got like 40 years apiece. So they were rallying for the right to have the right to pull guns on little kids.
That's crazy.
And there was hundreds of them out there, bro. Shotguns on the side of the road,
Wow.
hoodied up. It was like some civil rights joint, bro. Like
That's
I
nuts,
really
man.
felt with that, and I like to. I always every day, at least one time a day, I remind myself of that. You know, when you get mad at something, because when we're speaking on relationships, this ties into the topic. This comes into play, especially a man being able to protect his woman.
Right.
Not just the provider, you get the money, do all of that, but when it comes down to your open enemy,
Oh, straight up. Yeah.
how do you stand? You know,
Yeah.
are you able to get out the situation? Are you the one that the officer going to shoot that night? So this is where your spiritual comes into your physical, the
Right.
metaphysics.
Yeah.
You can be in great shape, but your mind need to be.
Your mind got to
with
be
you.
stronger.
You know, and there's not really any type of stipulation on which shape you have to be in to use mind power.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We could use Xavier for it's, even though this is a character, it's just a principle. This man is a wheelchair, but he the strongest leader of that.
Yeah,
So you have
right.
people that mind so powerful, and I know people like that that don't waste no words.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So when we dealing with a situation like that, it can go a lot of different crazy ways, man. Like
Oh, for real. Yeah.
look, there's no type of way we could say this is how it should be.
No. Well, you got this because you got too many dynamics now. It's no. You can't even. It's too many labels to even like try to put stuff in a category.
Like, look,
You know.
man. Like, let's get back on this nitty gritty, man. Look, people are living out their porn life, this porn life type of thing.
A lot of them are.
Listen, when the girls not go out, you think girls not out.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna say both because I don't want the ladies to feel like I'm just pointing stuff out.
Bashing them, right,
No,
right.
because I know they waiting. Nigga, you ain't this, I don't even know that nigga. He's laughing. Hey, I'm saying I'm covering both sides. What I'm saying is, because this is from experience. When the girls go out to play, you don't know what they doing. They got their dildos and everything. They going to get each other with each other. Not all of them, but we got that element now. And that
Do have
been
that
going on.
element.
It ain't nothing new was going on before me and you was born. We just
Man,
getting
please.
hip to it
Now
in
it's
our
just,
older age.
and not only that, now you got social media exposing it.
You see it every day.
Because
in different
it was a
situations.
whole lot of stuff going on back in the day before social media came out.
Even
It was,
not on the videos, just through our personal friends and stuff that's being posted. And
Oh,
you see
yeah.
stuff. And you got women that's married to women. You got
Oh, yeah.
men that's with men.
Mhm.
And it's open now.
It's very
Man,
open.
we got openly gay marriage. So
Well-
it's like that dynamic right there changes like the tide of relationships,
Right.
especially in our town.
Right.
Because it's not being hidden. Like you remember Greavy and all of that.
Yeah, like it came out, it was like
and
taboo.
when it came out,
Yeah.
they stepped down. because
Yeah.
they didn't want to deal with all that.
Now it's like everything has changed because they got people lobbying for that lifestyle now.
They come with a lot of money.
Yeah, they paying money to have legislation work in their favor.
Like we go back to the schools. Like imagine the couples that have children, or
Right.
whether they're working it out. How do they have this conversation with their child about viewing these videos? These homosexual videos?
That's why
They're still young.
it's time for people to start homeschooling.
They still in their single digits.
That's what I'm
they're
saying.
trying to make this like a law. And then it's another one that said they could change their gender.
I saw a video on Twitter about
your
that.
consent, so they could come home and
say,
if you say, well, you ain't gonna be no girl because you a boy, they go back and tell them people, then they taking you to court for that.
And letting CPS get involved with that.
And then they'll put them in a home where
it's crazy.
Boom.
Where it's accepted.
See,
so
man.
I just saw a video on Twitter the other day about like this transgender went to class to explain their orientation to the kids, and these kids are like 8 years old.
I
man.
seen that, and he
Like-
kissed one of them, right? And they made a big thing about that because he was hugging
That's
up and
crazy.
kissing of him.
Like-
because they took it like this guy, you'd have been better off coming as a clown or something, just doing that. But when you're doing that and you're touching little kids, this is a form of pedophilia, yo.
And not
in
only
your
that,
face,
not
and
only
people
that,
and
man,
accepting it.
you keep talking about how you want these kids to have a choice with their orientation and stuff. You're not really giving them a choice if you're pushing this in their face rather than what how they were born. You see what I'm saying? And that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, a whole
that's
nother
a whole
topic.
nother show.
We going around.
That's what I'm saying,
little
yeah.
with it. But what we're trying to stay on topic. Like I think, like in a relationship, the way things is going right now, people need to get with people who are going to be helping them. Like you said, with the stability thing, it is about that.
Yeah, well,
Because
you
we're
got to
older
get
now.
with
If you're
somebody.
going to live in a house with somebody,
Right.
You know what I mean?
You have to get with somebody that not only is going to support the vision that you want to live out, but they believe in you enough that if it's something that you want to do that might be off the wall, they're that crazy to believe in you too.
Do you think two people could live in separate houses and have a good relationship?
I don't know. Well, I mean, you talking about marriage or just?
They could be married, but they just have their own house and make.
I don't know.
Let's speak.
I can't address that because I don't know anything about it.
I'm gonna say this because I got some friends got some money, man, and I've seen some of the lifestyles of things like cats be having different houses and apartments all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
I know
And
about
then there
that.
might be
I know
other
about
women,
some
they
people
got
that do
other
that.
I got cats that got 10 baby mamas.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And they take care of all of them the best they can. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But they all know about each other, and it is what it is. See now, it's not necessarily a polygamy situation.
No,
it's just that
It's just that's
that's going on too.
But the thing about it, if they're already doing it, that means they have understanding.
Right.
See, if you're, here's the thing:
it's
if you
basically
start
like
off
that if
that
you
way,
cheating.
well, here's the thing: if you start off that way and there's understanding, then it's probably a lot easier to accept than if you have been in a stable relationship and then all of a sudden you like, okay, I think I want to start.
Well, I think it's
living
more,
a polyamorous life.
I think there's more on one woman, whatever her lifestyle. She's a vegetarian, vegan,
right?
And she want the other woman you doing that with to be the same way. She can't be eating because you ain't.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got the, and then it's the energy. They know once they know to a certain amount of consciousness, they know you're not transferring energy. And that's why they really don't want to do that.
No.
But and see the thing is, they outnumber us by so much.
With women?
Yeah,
of course.
By so much. So, when you get in a relationship, it's still all the other ones. And a lot of these women don't care if you're in a relationship or not. They want their time. And what I learned is you can have all these women, but every last one of them want their time.
Want their time.
They want their time, and they don't want it to be interrupted.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
She got to be number one right then and there for however long she needs you to be number one.
Even if she's not the only one.
So that becomes a task. It's not anything. That's why you got. I'm not calling a pimp like Max.
Mm-hmm.
A Mac is a person who got women who love him, they dig him, they all know about each other, but they choose to deal with that dude because he been straight up, and you might got a couple that try to
something about that
I'm
they
not
like.
a hater. Yeah, I'm not a hater. I got some friends that are just like Don Juan type of dudes, even without money.
Without money.
Without money.
You know, it's a mentality, man. It's like I think some guys just have like this whole charm thing where they could just like snake charm a woman.
They know how to talk
straight out of her panties. They don't care.
Might be considered unattractive, but he know how to talk.
He know how to talk.
He know how to talk, and next thing you know, he done accomplished amazing feats.
Yeah, straight up.
Like, look at my man. He did that.
You know what
I'm saying? So,
but okay, let me take a sidebar. These young boys, man, they ain't got no game at all.
See,
no game. Because and the thing is, as old school dude, I try to school these young cats. Like, okay, you like a girl. The last thing you want to do is go over there and try to kick lines to her. That's whack. It's like you're not gonna get anywhere. Like, first of all, the girl's gonna look at you like, really? You just really try to put something together. Just like, okay, I said one of the things that you can do if you're trying to get a girl, first of all, be honest. Girls like transparency. They don't like you trying to be something that you're not.
Unless you're forced to do it. Look, when we was in Trenton High, there was times where we used to play like this. Now, mind, we just in 9th, 10th grade. So I'd be like, oh, y'all, but we kids. You know what I mean? If you don't go over there and talk to her, we gonna give you body shots.
Yeah. I remember that. We used to do that kind of stuff.
I ain't want to give body shots for all them niggas like that. So I was like, I'll go talk. Even though I ain't like her. And they had to do the same thing.
It
wasn't just this.
No, it was a whole circle.
Thing, or we go whoop you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how we used to play. But I think through doing that, it do give you some, because I don't like rejection. You're like walking over by and be like, no. But then you do end up meeting that one that do like you like that.
Yep.
It depends on the type, because we did music, so
true.
That dynamic for me was a little bit different, because I had I would prefer to be in the women who play the instrument or something like that,
right?
So
or sing or something like that.
Or sing or be on some music, so that was the common ground. So it wasn't just like, and then you get into all the other particulars, like if you make it to the crib, or you know what I mean? Because I never made a thing of try to be living with women or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think I did it like once or twice, briefly, but I wasn't on I'm just gonna live up off of you, I'm chilling. No, I'm out. I like be in my own joint. You know what I'm saying? But and that's why I said that, because I got I've had relationships before that me and this person still were friends. We got our own separate houses. Mm-hmm. I go over there, but boy, I know you come on, boy, you chill a couple thoughts, you go, because especially with work schedule, when you got kids.
Of course.
When you got kids by other previous relationships, that had to be factored in too.
It does.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you gotta even out the time.
You notice that the majority of people you see today, relationships, have different kids from previous relationships.
Of course.
It's more of them than them two people.
Oh, it is. Matter of fact, it's almost more rare to see
that's right.
couples that have exclusive children just from their relationship, because nowadays, it's almost like the status quo. If you're going to get with somebody, you almost expect that they have kids from a previous relationship.
Right.
And, now that's a whole different dynamic, too, because if you're going to talk about getting with somebody.
Sex thing and all that, like,
you
can
that
be talking to your lady and, like, y'all got this thing, but once you get around a family, you got to acknowledge them, too, even the children. Right. Like, it'll come a time when I learned this from one of my girlfriends, like, how she was, a man got to accept the kids, too. So as you go out,
listen, that's part of the package deal. There's no getting around that.
And you have to be able to get along with it.
You don't say,
I just want to deal with the mom.
I just want to deal with the mom and not the kids. No.
Especially if they're still like young age and they're not grown. Even if they is grown, you got mama boy and stuff like that, because they're still a person mom.
That is part of the package. You're not getting out of that.
Yeah. And so when you got a woman that got kids, period, and she got 2, 3, or 4, or 5, or 6 kids, and Lord forbid they on some gangster stuff, you're not allowed to be a man like you want to be a man. I'm telling every dude, it's the truth, because this Freedom Truth Radio.
Right.
The truth is, if you if you was the man you wanted to be, you'll be able to loud talk around their gangster ass kids without them shooting your ass. But that
Right.
don't happen. That don't
No,
happen. Like, you
no.
don't talk to my mom that way, whether she wrong or right. Period.
Right.
Period.
True.
So you just really her boy toy that spend money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You're
You're not.
If
The
you
only
get some coochie.
the only way that you're gonna get out of that is if
I ain't saying
you
people
can-
can't. I don't want to be so harsh to say people can't love a relationship.
No, of
but-
course not. But I'm
yeah.
just saying that because the only way you can really get out of that is if you completely isolate the whole thing.
Right.
Whereas, you all have your separate time and space, and then, she's meeting her kids whenever.
Mhm.
And, but that has to be discussed and agreed upon between the two that's in the relationship.
We're addressing things like everybody regular. The money situation, man. Everybody's not rich like that, man.
No,
We-
nah.
It's more poor people in the world than it is people with money, yo.
Mhm.
So when we dealing with finances and we talk about relationships, it's up to what a person want to deal with, because you could take somebody that's not making no money and then help them get on their feet and
Oh, yeah.
become something, and people do that for each other. I've done it before, and there was females that helped me in situations, point me in the
Now
direction of
here's
job or
here's
whatever.
the question, the clincher. When you're in a relationship or married, whatever, joint account, separate account. What you think?
Both.
Okay.
I would say both, because you should have account of what you do together,
Mhm.
and then because you can't control what this person is going to do, whether you're married or not,
Right.
when they're not around you.
That's true.
Concerning the money,
Right.
because a person, you know what I'm saying, could say, all right, this is what we had together, but got stash over here just for hard times, whatever.
Right.
Because, and I'm gonna tell you, most women, grandmas and all them, gonna tell their daughters, man, you better
Oh,
keep
you
something
better
for
keep
yourself.
something for yourself.
They're
Yeah.
not gonna tell you
That's
put
right.
They're not gonna tell you put all your eggs in one basket. They're
No.
gonna tell you that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And thank goodness that some of the dudes know better too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because there was a time where, we talk about the 50s and 60s and stuff like that, where the
Oh,
man was
yeah.
coming home dropping a whole check on the fam.
Straight up.
That was the honorable
Dude,
thing to do.
I watched my dad do that
I
for
watched
years.
my grandpop do that.
My
He would
dad
come home from a hard
used
days
to
of
work the
and
bus company, man.
And my grandma got used to that. She felt
Yeah.
that if you borrow some money from her, you got to pay her back double, triple.
Mm-hmm.
She would type about that money because
Yeah.
she was used to that. You come in here, you give me your money, and I'm cooking. I'm just going to the food, the bills, and everything.
Mhm.
You laying up, you chilling. Okay, I got you, but you got the boom. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I respected that. I seen how that worked.
Oh
And-
yeah,
and
my
that's-
dad used to get paid every Thursday, and he come home, he be like, he going, he hand her the check, she write checks out for the bills, whatever, and gave him some pocket money for him to have through the week,
Yeah.
and that's but that was like the old school way, because my mom was a stay at home mom,
Right.
so that was different back in that day.
Different. That whole term, stay at home mom.
Yeah, we
we
don't
try
hear
to
that
do
no
that
more.
now.
What is that?
We got people that attempt to do that, to be a stay at home parent.
Right,
And there's
yeah,
a
man.
lot of stuff that comes with that.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
This is where the abusive talk comes in.
Mm-hmm.
This is, oh, you ain't this, you ain't that.
Right.
That happens, bruh. You know what I mean? Look, I ain't no angel. I ain't no woman beater or nothing like that.
I got
But
you.
at the same time, I've been in situations where I couldn't get girls out my house. They wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
And now you want to start all this drama because you don't want to leave.
You want to leave?
Like, if we got a dispute, you don't like what I'm saying, why you stick around in my house?
Why you there?
What you there for? Like, if you don't like me, well, just bounce. All right, it's cool.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna do all that
we
fighting
part
and
as
fussing
friends.
and stuff because you know what I mean.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I just knew, I could find another friend. You know what I mean? And somebody,
hear
cause me, I think it's due to how the people because some people just had this need to be with somebody too.
Yeah,
Just need-
and
just that,
guess
you know.
what? They don't care which way it comes. They just
Yeah,
gotta be
yeah,
with
yeah,
somebody.
Yeah, that term, you gotta love self first, is very important, yo.
Yeah, that's a
Because
fact.
you gotta be able to bug out. Most relationships starts off of fun. and you want to maintain that fun you have with the female.
Wanna
Like
maintain that.
It could be a conversation at a party, whatever, gathering, church, whatever you at the
Right.
mall, grocery store, y'all got a bugging. You want to keep that going on. I think the betrayal and the bitterness comes in when the lies start. When the people say, "Hey, baby, I ain't feeling you no more," because it hit harder on dudes when females check you, or just do something that
straight
you
up.
could have felt like you was doing everything right, but it wasn't enough for her, and she felt like she could do better. And if you ain't gonna do it, she could get it somewhere else.
Yep.
Especially because of that money, and usually they do. I've seen girls who, you call them fat, ugly, this and that. Now they got businesses. Then they got
They're
these
mad
great
successful.
husbands that's taking them all around
Right.
the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They in everywhere. They in China. They in Budapest. They in everywhere. They take a picture with the monkey. Like they're having a good time, and you can't be mad.
You
It's
can't be mad, no.
That's the power.
Right.
That's their power.
That's true.
That's a great
They've
power.
they've taken that and used it.
Because you can't determine, like when men try to put down a woman because she may feel it unattractive just to keep her because the coochie good, whatever, and you feel like that dominant thing. Don't nobody else goes want you but me. But once you get somebody else, you want to beat her up and threaten her and do all of the other stuff. You know what I mean?
That's
Now,
one of the worst things you would tell a woman. Then because they gonna find a way to get out of that.
and a lot of times they end up messing with your friends, bro.
Well,
Be your best friend to
it's
somebody you
one
got around you.
that saw something in her. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, you got marriages that come out of that. Like,
Yeah.
I just can't see like marrying my man's girl and like that, man. Like,
No, I
got
hear you on
kids
that,
by
man.
My
It's,
man's girl.
you know.
I mean, that because I feel like how you can't never be number one. I got that feeling of being number one before, and you do too.
Yeah.
I seen the wifey, man. I like y'all a couple like that. That's and it's like the good. You be happy.
Yeah.
You're happy enough to be able to accomplish this, and that means a lot.
Straight up.
And on a relationship tip, I think that maybe we talk about this topic, but one of the clues to certain happiness is having a rapport with your mate, even if you far away, and being able to put up all the flaws and stuff like that, and be like, I love the person anyway.
You know
Because
what,
it's like,
bro?
you know what I
Let me
mean?
tell you something about the power of love, man. When you get to a certain point, power of love is so deep that it doesn't even matter about the person's flaws or their faults anymore. It's just like it's like love on automatic pilot. Straight up. I'm serious because you know what? You already know that a person can have issues or whatever, and I know I got plenty. So my wife, she loved me. She's a jewel just for loving me because I know I got some issues.
Yeah, it's a lot of jewels when you got somebody good like that.
Yeah,
When
but
you
see,
got somebody,
this is the thing.
How do you? I want to ask you too.
Mhm.
Like, your wife is attractive. So when you out and y'all dating,
Mhm.
you doing this, you date, you going out and stuff.
Right.
And other dudes is like, do that make you feel some type of way, or have you gotten used to it, or does that put the red flag of like, yo? Because I know like when I'm with my lady, man, we go out, I got lady's fine. And
Yeah.
I see that, when she put her stuff on, bro, cats looking.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You know
So
what?
How that make you feel though?
Honestly, I don't have a problem with anybody looking at my wife. I really don't, because I know she's attractive. I know she's fine. I just don't like when jokers is disrespectful. You see what I'm saying?
That
Like,
outlandish-
I'll give you an example. We was driving a car one day, and my wife was driving, and I was on the passenger side. I was kind of leaned back a little bit, and some dude was trying to holler. He was standing on the corner, and this was back in the summertime, and
Now you in the car.
I'm in the car. But I don't think he saw me because I was kind of leaned back. Cool, okay. He was like, "Hey, baby, you got it today." Yeah. I said, "Yes, she does." He was like, "Oh, my bad, bro, my bad. I didn't see you in there."
Man.
I said, "So it's all good. I know I got a fine wife."
But see, fine women come with a certain amount of work. And,
Yeah,
and for
yeah.
y'all fine women, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Look, and I and this is no disrespect to no particular people, just like that attention.
Yeah, straight up.
You gotta be careful how you carry yourself when you say you love your man, at least when you go out, if a cat trying to holler at you like that, be loyal to your man.
Have a little self-respect.
Don't
You know what I'm saying?
Don't even. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it depends on what you gonna deal with, because if you got the bad body and all of that, and she's showing it all, you know what you're gonna be dealing with, and you need to keep a strap on you, because it could go down. And I'm telling you, man, some gangster cats that don't care, they'll kill you, dog.
Yeah,
They're not
straight
playing,
up.
man.
That's
They
true.
like they don't care.
Nah.
Like I done heard some stories where if girls don't talk to these dudes, they just shoot them, bruh.
Yeah.
In all these places that it just is going down, like, you got to be careful. It look good to a degree, but this goes vice versa now for the dudes.
Yeah.
Because you got these girls that'll rock your box, boy.
Yeah, it's true.
They ain't playing that, because we got a lot of women that have a man mentality now. They might got the breasts, but it's way beyond that. That they'll fight with you. They got guns. They got
Listen,
especially the kung fu ones.
A lot of them, man, they go to shooting range for sport.
Yeah, bro.
They practice it.
And now down south, most
yeah.
of them, that's regular, because they can always go in the woods and bust off.
And they got rifles.
Everybody got a gun, bro. I seen little 14-year-old kids walking with rifles down the back down the highway like it ain't nothing. You ain't jumping out on them. I'm not used to seeing stuff like that.
Not used to see.
You know what I'm saying? I think like anybody gonna call the police.
Right. Yeah, right.
Because you do that around here, because you go in your jail.
It's something else.
Even if you is licensed to carry, they still gonna take you in.
That's true,
it's
man.
Jersey, bro. So
yeah.
It's a lot of things that like we saying, due to the areas how people develop, where they come from, that manifest in their relationships. Like when they get together. My thing is, I done seen so much different dynamics of these different relationships. Now, I don't really accept it all, especially when we started talking about the other side of things. Like you got the transgender and all that stuff. I don't know much about that, but through doing parties, I've seen dudes get caught out there, bruh.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The dude came up in there looking like a girl, you getting some brain up in the dark corner. And now at the end of the night, this dude ID is, sis come up talk about, that was my brother. What? You were just over there with two dudes, one in the back, one in the front. What?
Yeah, man.
You got to be careful, because then when you get, and a lot of people got women at home. These are guys that, they well-to-do, got a good job and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They providers, might got a couple kids here and there. They got women at home, but they still do that.
Still do it.
So those are some of the pitfalls that's naturally set up for you as a trap.
Oh, yeah.
Straight up. If you fall victim to a booty type or a facial type or certain type, now dudes can get that type that you want and get the whole inside out thing, chop it up, and all that stuff.
Well,
and
nowadays
nobody ain't got no kids and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It ain't always that situation, but
right,
like Atlanta, good for that. They have whole festivals of men that look like women and women that look like men. I seen some Rick Ross looking dude. You couldn't even tell that was a girl. Whole new meaning to bitch ass nigga. Whole new meaning.
Wow.
You wouldn't even know that was a girl. Full beard, bush, big, everything. Rick Ross looking, you know what I'm saying?
Wow, man.
Like you wouldn't even know that was a girl. You know what I'm saying? So things is different now, man. And
that's crazy.
And so when we talk about relationships, man, I guess we kind of forced to be universal, because I can't really, it ain't none of nobody business with somebody doing the bed if that's what they want to do.
That's their own.
Only thing I'm not with, I don't want to be around no pedophile dudes, and that just happened to be something that is a gateway for that. Usually, the perversion part about it,
right? It's like
people do for gratification.
They're running out of.
So we got robots now coming out. Sex robots.
Oh, I know.
And now you got right now there's somebody fucking a robot, bro. They got a blow up doll with some mechanics in it. You got women now that got robot and they're using the Energizer, the battery operated dildos and stuff.
Right.
They be having whole parties. I knew this girl that did whole parties on that, and when she did the parties, only certain people there because they tested right there. They get it on right there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But she traveled with this. She probably still doing that. I wanted to get into it, but I just felt some type of way like, I'm a nigga walk around a bunch of dildos.
Yeah, it's
a pride thing. But
check your man card on that one, man.
Yeah,
For
man.
real, man. I don't know about that.
I know a cat that's still doing it, man, and he getting money. So I guess it's like what you do to get money, man, what you could deal with or whoever the person is, man, because some people don't care what you say. It's like the dollar is green, but I don't want to be, me personally, a sellout to the dollar. Selling my moral stuff just for some money, man.
No, I don't want to do that.
I'd rather I'm good, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather get it from the mud, and people don't understand that. People think, oh, if you got some money or you doing something to get some money that you supposed to brag about what you got. Or you supposed to tell them. You ain't got to tell people. You're not supposed to tell people what a lot of things that our parents told us that was regular shit become like a jewel to niggas now, yo. Like, they don't understand, like, certain things. You're not going to get praise for shit that you're supposed to do. Like, taking care of your kids, doing the laundry.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Cooking,
it's like,
cleaning.
That's not extra brownie points for that.
Yeah, like, you can't praise the regular
shit.
Like,
I hear jokers now, oh, he a good dude, dad, because he take care of his kids. That's what he's supposed to do.
But that to show you that it's so much because the man's been separated from the household. Now, this is not just select to black men anymore or, African American men. This is all around the scope now. That men are getting tired. It's the system of marriage. The system, how it works, because everything works on one side. Unless you got good lawyer, when it comes time for the split or alimony, all that type of stuff.
Right.
None
of that works in your favor.
None of that automatically. Nah. It doesn't work in your favor. No. You have to spend some money for it to work in your favor.
Straight up.
And it's gonna be over $1,000. Mm-hmm. If you got a good lawyer or something. So I think when those things get involved, like it takes away from the love, man. Because people could be in love with each other. Then when they get married and they find out that it becomes a financial thing, this guy's bill and spending habits or her spending habits is attached to each other. Mm-hmm. Now, as opposed to you living separate, you living together and you seeing the habits.
Yeah.
Of shit, and you check. You might call yourself checking on them, but that might be their main thing they like to do, and they be like, "Well, I ain't gonna get that up. I like eating my chicken wings at this particular stuff every day, and if you're gonna stop that, we got a problem."
Right.
Especially when it comes to the subject of pork.
Oh yeah.
Man, people will kill you about their pork, bro. They'll kill what you say. How many worms and stuff, they don't care,
how many
bro.
Worms and all that stuff.
They don't care because they'll just bring up something else. Well, you do this, you smoke cigarettes, you do da-da-da-da. Not realizing that, that form right there in a raw form, man, people are having heart attacks every other day on my timeline. I'm seeing rest in peace, bro.
Yeah, I'm about tired of that.
And when I look at the situations, I chalk it up most of it. If it ain't a gunshot wound, it's mostly health stuff. Mm-hmm. And, I had to check my own joint. You know what I mean? So that's another thing about the relationship.
Keeping each
I would
other
say,
healthy.
like, to young people, have your fun. But the way society is now, it's not really set up for you to have that much fun. Because fun could get you in so much trouble where we had that fun. Like, the fun I'm talking about is sleeping with 20 women in a night, and a girl screwing 30 dudes in one night and not getting no STDs. Those days are, you know what I mean?
Right.
If you decide to live that type of lifestyle,
that's like riding a roller coaster with no seatbelt.
Yeah, but people are doing that because that's what they choose to do, and they had that sex drive like that. I know some girls, some dudes, they doing that, man. They got a sex drive like that, and they had a circle set up.
It's crazy
to do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's nuts.
And you know what I mean? Like, you ever heard of the they had this thing called the King Solomon thing back in the day. I don't know if they still do it. But it's a thing where they get together, everybody get together and you do the do. And that's what you're there for. And it's out in the open. Cats be out in the grass, getting it in. You got nude beaches and all that stuff. So, I mean, you looking at it like, really, this is some, what they call it, Sodom and Gomorrah type thing.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? And that's
that's because of the level of perversion people
don't. Yeah.
They're never satisfied. That's what it is.
See, that's another thing.
Hmm?
relationships at the topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the reason most of us have so many problems in our relationship is because of our spiritual beliefs. The difference in what we believe
Well, of course.
or know. You know what I mean? Like, it's the difference between a 5%er is married to a Christian.
Oh, that
So you
that
can
ain't gonna really
imagine.
work.
You
That's
know,
not gonna
it
really
might,
work.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that because
Well, you know,
if them two people love each other enough, she
That's
might
true.
concede because.
but
if
it's
they
just
study
certain
together,
conversations they'll never be able to have.
well, if they study together, they'll learn that both of them coincide with each other.
There's a lot of
just didn't know that.
similarities. Yeah.
Because if we dealing with the 120 knowledge of wisdom and understanding, man. I know my lesson. So, like a lot of people that speak on the 5% nation that guys on earth haven't studied them lessons. You ever heard somebody say, "I used to be a 5%"? In this thing, once you learn these lessons, you had a good teacher. Ain't no turning back, because it gives you so much truth about yourself. It dispel the truth, because that's the fifth degree, freedom.
Yeah. True.
You know what I'm saying? Freedom
That's
is the
true.
fifth degree. Freedom is to free your dome from to free your dome from the mental chains, bonds of slavery from the slave master. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or the devil, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you could be
You know,
free to think of know who
definitely
you
has
are
to be-
in this world. So, when you get in relationships, like our thing is, like I said, with the Christian and the 5%er, it probably could work if both of them had open minds.
And they have an understanding
And they have an
about
understanding.
certain lines not to cross. Well, I've seen it happen with like a Muslim and a Christian.
Because the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
even though we talk about relationships, the Bible says the same thing that the lesson says. They coincide with each other.
Okay.
Because the Bible does say his feet was baked of bronze. We talk about a black man.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible does say Jesus did acknowledge the man as being God. John 10 verse 34.
And Psalm 82 and 6.
So,
right.
because I've been in conversations that with females that believe in Jesus Christ. So when you could get them to understand that we believe the same thing, but we know the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
it's just written in different doctrines.
Right.
I got it this way, you got it this
Got
way.
that way.
But you just want to take the slave master face off of it
Mm-hmm.
and put our black people face on it. When you go back to Genesis, it said, "Let us make man in our image." They talk about us,
Right.
our ancestors and stuff. So when you can coincide with it, because most times that's what makes your relationship tight. When she has
You
that
have same level of spirituality.
That's right, because
Yeah.
that builds another level of trust when your wife or your girlfriend or your lady can come to you and have those deep conversations. That's what makes her yours. Being able to
when
have
you're
that
connecting on a
conversation
whole different
that
level.
no other man
it's
out
not,
there can do.
You see, that's another thing about relationships. If you can connect in the mind first, that's the first level of intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
You connect in the mind first, then the rest of it just kind of falls into play, because then it's nothing you really have
There's
to
no
work for.
There's no tug of war.
Right. You really don't have to work for anything if you connect in the mind first.
Yeah, man.
There's a lot of people don't have a meeting of the
That
minds.
breaks up a lot of relationships. That's the main thing is
Yeah.
belief system or spiritual system.
Right.
Well, you could be a Christian, you could be Muslim or Hindu, whatever you're into.
Mm-hmm.
But I think people forget we argue about who is God and what color, but the people forgot how to do good. To do good, because all them doctrines tell you to be a good person, don't
All
it?
of them, yeah.
All
That's
of
true.
them tell you to be a good person. So how do people?
Well,
you know
this
what I
is
mean?
the thing. All truth runs parallel. So, like, you can have different doctrines and stuff like that, but you got to pick the truth out of each one. And truth is not something you can be argued. It stands by itself.
See,
It stands
like
alone.
now we're gonna get hardcore with it when we dealing with the wisdom body, because it's a level that men are killers and stuff like that,
Mhm.
but it's a type of way. Cats will shoot you, may stab you. Every once in a while you get some sadistic cat, but you don't hear about black people eating each other and stuff like
No,
that.
you
You don't really,
don't
unless that's some
have that.
gangster stuff he just did. Maybe some guy in Africa.
You're not
just
gonna
some
see
gangster
that,
and say,
man.
I'm gonna chop your head off and drink your blood. You know what I'm saying? That was just, then he probably just did it that one time and went and did the cleanse and everything. But
That's
now, what I'm saying is to say this. I'm saying that to
Okay.
say this because you got women who we fail to realize there's a difference when you're dealing with the black woman or white woman. But you know what I mean. Everybody runs, so I'm just using the term because now when you sitting there, I gotta talk like that.
You're right.
But, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chief.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, you got women are warriors, and that's the thing too. They be wanting to fight. Every woman don't want to be soft and dainty and all that stuff no more.
No, some of them just don't have that.
They want to be over the rock with you. You know what I'm saying?
Some of them. If you're going to town, they're going to town with you.
She should.
Right.
She should, even if she can't fight. She should be rocking with
Still
you
had
to the
heart.
death.
Yeah.
To the death. That's what, you know, you do these relationships, all that come with that. Your relationship don't mean, oh man, I love everything you're doing, but when it's beef, nah, you could go handle that. I'm just sitting here.
No. You need your ride or die.
And you outnumbered. Even if, you know what I'm saying, you're getting your ass whooped, you want to pick up a bottle, bust this nigga in the head or something, get him off of me. Then you go stand there and stuff, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it comes down to that because these are the time, that day and age you living in. It's not at everybody's household. We understand that.
Right.
But you see a lot of it. You see a lot of these situations like, you ever see the joint, the gold digger joint, where my man have a nice car or something, and he'd talk to the girl, and once she find out, he'll have it off to the side, and you try to talk to me.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
And then she won't give no play.
And then as soon as he drive up in the car,
then he's like,
now she want to jump on the bandwagon, right?
Yeah, you had women that left their boyfriend. I seen one with his girl. They had their kid together. Wasn't his kid. She was going to leave dude with the kid, so the kid could take her back to her mom's house, whatever, to leave off with this dude with the Ferrari. Like, we talk about some, what you call it, fickle, vain,
shallow,
superficial. It's so superficial nowadays when it comes to material shit.
So that's all they think about, man. Some
like,
people are just not. They're very shallow.
When you somebody cuss you out, they mad at you, and the first thing they say, well, I got this and I got that. That shows where they're coming from. Shows where they're coming from.
Exactly.
Like, nobody care about what you got. Look what you got in here. And then here, like, where your heart at? Where your mind at? If your mind ain't there, some people shouldn't even be in no relationships. No. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might need that type of loan. We got too many toxic people walking around, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and they don't even know it. They think they all right, but they not all right.
They're not all right.
You know what I'm saying? They wonder why don't nobody want to be bothered with them on a certain type of tip. You know what I mean? And they're like, don't nobody want to be fighting in the bed, man. Dude might, vice versa, might want to do that for a night to get some pleasure, but laying up and you can't have that boo loving talk with your girl, your dude, you know what I'm saying? And have a good time, watch your Netflix and chill, whatever you gonna do.
Yeah.
Go in peace. Because your relationship
that's the whole thing. It should be based
peace.
On peace. And a lot of times it's not. And people don't have a safe place to come home to that they can either fall apart or, just have that peace where it's isolated from everybody else. It's a lot of relationships are missing that. But hey, relationships, we could go into so many depths of conversation about this. And it's like this is like probably chapter 1, segment 1 that we'll probably do. We'll revisit this again because we got other things we're going to cover. But I tell you what, any of y'all that's listening,
that was a good one.
Yeah, why don't you send us a message, Freedom Truth Radio Show on Facebook, and or you can message me or Monk on Facebook. And give us some topic ideas based on relationships.
William Saunders on there. You tell him that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, his name.
I should make a Monk page, but
you should make a Monk page.
But Facebook's so frivolous about stuff now.
I know.
It'd be so like, you try to do something, some crazy stuff that start happening, and maybe just back
that's because they Facebook is off the chain, man.
It's getting crazy, man.
It used to be nice when you just go in there and make a couple changes.
Had Zuckerberg just on trial. Like,
I know. I saw that
with the Congress. Black lady dug in him, man.
Dug in him.
She asked, you seen that?
Yeah, I did.
Man,
I did.
And she and for the stuff that is going on, I don't blame her for coming at him like that.
Yeah, well,
like,
you know what?
They really be like discriminating against us. For
he was
real.
stumped.
Like, yo, like I peep certain things. Like if I'm sharing a lot, if I do it a certain amount of times, they'll shut me down. I'll watch somebody else do the same thing or more, and then nothing happens.
Nothing
to
happens to them, of course.
So I know that it's some strange stuff going on.
Well,
man.
they've set the algorithm up to be in such a way to where they capture certain things like keywords and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
And
I think
they'll-
it's control.
Yeah, of course it is. Of
Control.
course it is. You know, Chiefs Mate posted something else the other day, a picture of melanated woman, and it said the true image of a white woman, and Facebook told her she couldn't post it.
Wow.
Try to shut it down. You see what I'm saying? But you know, that's the thing we're dealing with right now with social media.
Oh yeah, I seen a
You see
picture
that?
of that.
You know what
I
I mean?
did see one.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the,
And they tried to shut it
sister
down.
Put that, and she put that. Yeah, I'm the true
Yeah.
image of a white woman. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I see no more. That was earlier today.
Yeah,
And-
that's what I'm
and
saying.
Not only that, when I'm watching certain stuff, it automatically reloads.
Yeah,
You see
yeah,
that?
yeah.
thought it
I
was
get
me.
that too.
Like you get that, you could be watching something, or you really get into it, and boop, and then you can't find it no
Can't
more.
find it anymore. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. They got. It's like Big Brother watching, man. It's crazy. But hey, it's getting late, y'all. Thank you for those that have tuned in. This was an impromptu conversation, me and Monk, talking about relationships, talking about the dynamics of relationships and the changes that have occurred over the last generation. And, you know, get into some pretty interesting stuff. But we thank you for joining us tonight, even though it was a late one. We'll be back next Sunday. We'll talk to my new business partner that I've kind of collabed with in my chefing career. This is her name is Janine from the Root of the Fair, and she will be here next week to talk about her company, talk about her story that started the company, and you know, it's going to be interesting. So tune in next Sunday, 9:30, regular time, Freedom Truth Radio Show. Until then, remember, Freedom Truth Radio Show, place where truth will make you mad first, then make you free. Peace.
Hey. This